This is the part your favorite creator doesn't show, the frustration. I'm gonna be very transparent with you right now. I feel like I'm screwing up a few things. I'm constantly overthinking my content. I have a documentary that is not exactly done yet that needs to get done very soon. I also have another outstanding grant project that needs to get planned and finished as well. There seems to be a lot on my plate and a lot of things to do, but I'm not exactly fully dialed in for the year. Some of you started off like really strong and you're like killing it. I'm not there. I'm nowhere near there. And I just thought I would put this out there for anybody else that may feel like they're not killing it right now. It's okay, we'll get there. But this is also a reminder for me to get to work. And yeah, I'm really struggling with that. The perfectionism in me or I should say, the recovering perfectionist in me is struggling really hard right now. But yeah, I'll figure it out. We'll get it together someday. Yeah. I had been sitting with these feelings for some time now, and the reality of it is I was not being truthful because I was only showing the good parts and the exciting parts behind being a business owner and a content creator, videographer that does this full time. But the reality is it can be very frustrating, very lonely, very mentally overbearing sometimes, and it's hard. I get frustrated as well. Show me a business owner, videographer, filmmaker that doesn't get frustrated with where they are, and I'll show you a liar. Because we all get frustrated. That just comes with the territory. But the question is, how do you deal with that frustration? I think that determines the difference between somebody that is successful and not successful. How do you deal with failure? How do you deal with frustration? How do you deal with fear in particular of not measuring up to what you may have thought or where you thought you would be, if that makes sense. I'm going to disturb you for just 1 second. If you are loving the content that you're seeing so far, go ahead and like this. If you are really loving it, then you can definitely subscribe. Like, I would absolutely love that. And if you don't want to miss anything else that I do on this channel that has everything to do with storytelling, filmmaking, and honestly, I just love cameras. And if you love cameras as well, hit the bell. Yeah, so like, subscribe, hit the bell. Yeah, do those things and I'll love you forever. Okay, cool, let's get back to the video. When I'm frustrated with where I am learning how to better process this because I just can't pout and do nothing about it. I've been taking into account this acronym. Acronym, yeah. I don't know why that sounds so weird. I've been taking into account this acronym that I have put together that helps me remember what I need to do, and that is PEAR. And what PEAR stands for in particular is, what is it again? Plan, execute, assess, and then repeat. And a plan is important because if you don't have a roadmap of where you're going, how do you know when you have arrived at your destination? Was that deep? I don't know. But at least that's what I think. You need to have a roadmap. You need to have a plan of how you're going to get from point A to point B. But a plan without execution is honestly just a really great idea. And if I'm being completely honest, this book that I have is filled with a lot of great ideas. And that's all they are sometimes because there's no execution. Yes, you can have a great plan. You can have a strategic plan to execute and you do execute, but You don't get better if you don't assess the things that you have actually done. And that's how content gets better. That's how storytelling gets better. That's how you get better as a creator, as a filmmaker, director, whatever. There needs to be a process of which you are actually assessing the things that you put out into the world. And after that assessment time, that period, you figure out the things that you need to do a little better. That's when you can go ahead and actually repeat some of the things that were successful and change the other things. That is going to make your content even better. So yeah, that's what I've been doing, or this is what I'm implementing in my life right now. And to give you an example of how I'm implementing this right now is, first off, I am being intentional about my plan. I've been using this app. It's an AI-based app. It's browser-based, but there's also an actual app on your phone called Motion, not Notion, but Motion. And essentially it helps me organize all the tasks and projects that I need to get done. And I've been using it, but I haven't been using it to its fullest potential. And I need to be able to put everything inside of it in order for it to make decisions on what the priority is, how long things are gonna take, how many time blocks I need to break up a project in to get things done, and so on and so on. So I actually have done that, but like I said, a plan without execution is pointless. And today, is I've honestly been executing on the things that I wanted to get done. The assessment piece of everything is going to happen after I have finished all the stuff that I need to do. But I've literally written out a list of things that I pulled from and put into this program to help me plan things out so I can get my client work done. I can get work done on my documentary that I need to get done. I can get work done on my content creation as well. Because these are all really important things to me, and sometimes I have a problem prioritizing the things that need to get done, at least in a timely fashion. So yeah, that's how I've been using it, and then after all this, I'm going to assess and then repeat again. So that's how I'm using it. This is something that you can use as well. Obviously, you don't have to use the same system that I'm using in particular, but you can take my acronym, use P.E.A.R, and yeah, continue to plan, but execute, assess the things that you've done, and then repeat. Here's another good one, actually. I have a short film that is completely planned out, but I have no execution in that plan altogether. I even have picture references of how I want things to be shot and so on. And I know that I may not necessarily have the funding to do the entire short, but I can do a piece of it. And I wanted to do a piece of it, but did I do a piece of it? Not yet. So that's another idea that I have that has no plan of execution. And because it is not planned out, it's just a good idea. If you want to create a film, if you want to get a client project done, if you want to create more content, batch content, whatever that is, make a plan, execute, assess, and then repeat. And hopefully that is going to lead us both to success, because this is something that I know I should be doing, but I have not been doing. So yeah. Either way, that's all for me today. If this is something that blessed your spirit, go ahead and like this. If this is something that you want to keep up with, go ahead and smash that subscribe button, blow it up people's elbow it, and all of that great stuff. And if you want to get an alert of when the next one comes out, go ahead and hit that bell as well, please do. Until the next one, go ahead and do something creative today. Peace.